Hello out there to all of my fellow gold diggers. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Welcome to my channel where I discuss my life as a wife, mom, entrepreneur, and business owner, all while trying to crush and achieve my goals. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome. If you have been watching me for a while, then welcome back. I am so glad to have all of you here. And if you are new and you are liking what you see, if you enjoy your content, then I please ask that you would subscribe to my channel, because I do have a goal where I am trying to get to 500 subscribers, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could help me reach that. Now, also though, I want to make sure you're actually enjoying the content, so subscribe if you are enjoying, and also make sure you like the video as well. That definitely also helps out my YouTube channel a whole lot. All right, so on yesterday, I shared with you my unpopular opinion about college. So if you have not seen that video, please be sure to check it out. And today is Thursday. I have been participating in Vlogtober. Certain days I have certain themes for the days. I do not have a theme for Thursdays. Maybe I could call it Thursday's Thoughts. I don't know. But there's no particular theme for Thursdays. But today I told y'all I would come and share with you 10 questions that you should ask yourself if you are considering going to college and entering a particular career field. These are 10 questions that you should consider. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right. If you are a college student or a student in high school, or someone who is just trying to decide what you want to do in life, trying to make a career pivot, anything of that nature, I would challenge you to ask yourself these 10 questions. 1, what am I good at, and what am I good at that I can turn into a career? Oftentimes we dissuade people from doing the things that they like or they love because it's not the best career choice or whatever, or something like that, but they possibly can turn it into a career. Start thinking outside of the box of how you can use your skill set, how you can use the things that you already know, and possibly turn it into a career for yourself. The second question I would have you to ask yourself is, do I see myself doing this for at least 5 years, 5 to 10 years? Like, can you even see yourself doing it? So if you have picked a career, can you even imagine yourself being in that career for the next 5 to 10 years? If you can't even see yourself doing it for 5 years, then you might not want to go into that profession. Just keeping it real. Like, can you even picture yourself doing this long term? The third question I would ask you to ask yourself is, does this career even require a college degree? Like I mentioned before, my kids, what they are interested in right now, it doesn't even require a college degree. Now, the fourth question is, if it does require a college degree, what type of degree is needed? Is it like an associate's degree? Is it a bachelor's? Is it a master's? Do you need a PhD or a doctorate degree? Ask yourself what kind of degree is required of this, because I oftentimes will see people majoring in stuff in college thinking that they're going into this particular career field, and they don't even realize in order for you to do this at the level that you want to, you still need to get a master's degree, or you are probably going to need to get some more education aside from the 4-year degree. And now they can't find a job because they tapped out on student loans or are in all this debt and stuff like that, and didn't realize they still needed to go on and get a master's. Or some people, maybe your job only requires an associate's, and now you went and got a bachelor's degree. It's like, why did you spend that extra money if all you really needed was an associate's degree? So oftentimes when I'm talking to some of my patients, who we see a lot of children of all ages at my office, I encourage them, especially my juniors, my seniors, pretty much my high school students, when I ask them, like, what are they thinking about? What do they want to do? I don't ask them if they're going to college. I never ask that question of them, but I ask them what would they like to do with their life once they finish high school. And based off of what they tell me, I ask them to go on like Indeed or on Monster and to type in that job in there as if they were applying for that job today. And I said, look, I would tell them to look at what is required in the job positions that pop up. Look and see if it says it needs a bachelor's degree. Look and see if it says it needs an associate's, or does it need a master's degree. Look and see. It doesn't necessarily say you need to have
Hey guys, this is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger, and I wanted to share with you about an app I use to save money on gas. Every time I purchase gas using the app Get Upside, I save a certain amount off for each gallon purchase. And if you use my code Q5G5Q, when you make your first purchase, you'll save 15 cents off for every gallon you buy. That code, once again, is Q5G5Q. The app is called Get Upside. So, you might as well save money on things that you're already purchasing. And with these COVID streets opening up, I know a lot of you are traveling more and more. So save money on that gas. Get the app, Get Upside, put in the code Q5G5Q, save 15 cents off of every gallon when you make your first purchase. All right. So let's get out there and let's save some money, guys.
and I tell them, like, usually it'll say they want a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree, but it doesn't say that you need to major in business or that you need to major in accounting or you need to major in finance. But oftentimes it will list their other requirements. So you might be able to major in whatever you like and not necessarily what you thought you needed to major in to get into this job. But you wouldn't have known that if you didn't go onto these job sites and actually pretend as if you were applying for a job today. You would get a lot of helpful information if you do that to see what is needed for someone who is actually trying to work in this profession. All right, the fifth question I would challenge you to ask yourself is, what kind of experience is necessary? And that's kind of like what I mentioned just now. So much so we are focused on that degree that we don't look at what kind of experience they want. They might want 1 year of, I don't know, accounting or something like that, or working in sales or working in customer service, or, you know, some kind of background. What kind of experience are they asking or requiring of you? And that is your opportunity, if you have to go to school, or even if you're in high school at the time, where you can start doing some internships. You can do some job shadowing to help you get some experience, or even getting a job, maybe working at a lower level in that particular or in that type of environment, so that you can get exposed to that career field. And so you can have somebody to say, yes, this person worked in our office for the summers of every year that they were in high school, and they have a good experience in this or whatever. They have a good knowledge or background with this. So look at the things that they are requiring for experience in regards to that. Also, too, when you do things like that, it will also show you if you really like that career or if you don't. Because if you can't do it for a few months, how are you supposed to be doing it for a few years if you don't even enjoy it for a few months? The other question I would ask you to ask yourself is, what different modalities or options does this career offer? So I'm going to use my profession as an example. I'm an optometrist. There are different modalities that I can work in, and those different modalities are some people might like one modality over the other. So I can work in a corporate setting, I can work in a private practice setting, I could work in a hospital, I could work for an ophthalmologist, I could work at a community health center, I could be in the military, I could work, did I already say a hospital? It's just different modalities that I can work in within that profession. So you want to ask the question of people who are already in that profession, what different modalities can you work in? Don't just see somebody working in a certain setting and think that's it. Like, I know growing up, the only setting I saw a lawyer in was in a courtroom. And people who are lawyers know there's different types of modalities that you can work in. You don't have to be in the courtroom every day arguing a case or whatever. There's different ways that you can practice. Also, what specialties and stuff like that are within the profession. I know for me, in my profession, in optometry profession, I do pediatrics and vision therapy. Some people do a medical model. Some people do low vision. You know, it's different modalities that you can work in. Some people are in academia and they work and they teach at school. So just find out what different specialties you might be able to have within that profession. Another question I would have you to ask is, what is the salary potential for this career? And I kind of mentioned that earlier when I was talking about you want to know what the salary growth is, meaning what is the starting salary for someone who is new, who is just entering this profession? What are they anticipating making within their first 1 to 2 years versus if they have been doing it for 5 years versus if they've been doing it for 10 years? You want to know what the salary growth is. What I did is I got stuck on a number and didn't realize, even in my profession, even though it's a high number or a reasonably high number for you when you enter, it's not a whole lot of salary growth. Okay. The next question is, what else can I do with this degree or major? So the best way for you to find that out is by talking to other people in the profession. So if you can ask them like, hey, if you weren't working in this particular field, what else could you use your degree for, to find out what other avenues you might pursue. And it might bring to light things that you never even considered before. The next question you would ask is, will this job still be viable in 10 years? Because you don't want your job to be eliminated in 10 years. You want to know, is it still actually going to be around and available? And you also want to say, if it is going to be around in the next 10 years, how might that look? Especially with the explosion of everything being online, you want to really take that into consideration. Things are being automated. How is that going to look for your profession in 10 years? And ask people in the profession, how do you think this profession is going to be in 10 years? How do you think this profession is going to grow in 10 years? So you can see how it might expand and see if it's still something that you want to do. Now, the last and final question I would challenge you to ask yourself is, does this career field allow me to achieve my dreams and goals and allow me to enjoy and live life? Because you don't want to get so caught up where you're working that you are not living. So oftentimes, like I said, we get caught up with the number that we don't take into consideration that we need to enjoy and live life. So those are the 10 questions I would ask myself. But like I mentioned, my unpopular opinion is that college is no longer necessary for you to have a good paying job. Let me know in the comment section though if you agree or disagree with me in regards to that. All right, that is all I have for now. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Take care, everyone.